say that it feels right.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Today is the day. It is like Christmas morning in September. Oh, I'm excited for this year's NHL. NHL 17. I'm not excited for the better settings, not for the customization, or the NHL 94 celebrations. No. I'm excited for the ECHL finally being introduced into the game. I've been waiting for this for a long time now. I'm a huge minor league hockey fan. I love it so much. I'm a Hershey Bears and San Jose Barracuda fan. I know that's kind of weird coming from a big Philadelphia Flyers fan, but Hershey is about an hour and a half away from me, and when the Phantoms moved, I was always a Hershey Bear kind of guy, and then it made it even easier. The San Jose Barracuda because I kind of like the Sharks, okay? And it's not like I'm ever gonna root for against the Hershey Bears or the Barracuda until the playoffs when it's like the finals. Then I'll be rooting for the Hershey Bears. But even more so, I have a huge spot in my heart for the ECHL and the Reading Royals. If you don't know what the ECHL is, hopefully this video will hopefully help you out. Most casual hockey fans, ice hockey fans, really have no idea what the ECHL is. So again, let me help you out. The ECHL was known as the East Coast Hockey League in 1988, when the Atlantic Coast Hockey League and the original All-American Hockey League combined teams after the leagues went under. So that's where you got the East Coast name from. But today you actually have teams all the way across the country, including Alaska. So really the ECHL really doesn't have any meaning. It's just letters. Two letters and then Hockey League. Alright. So in 2003, the West Coast Hockey League ceased operations. It was the other coast, obviously, version of the ECHL. The ECHL then absorbed the WCHL's existing teams as well as some of their potential teams. So you had teams, the teams from California, and the Alaska Aces, which were then known as the Anchorage Aces. On October 27th, 2014, the ECHL announced the acquisition of the Central Hockey League teams. There was 7 of them left. That league was the competition once the West Coast League went under. It was kind of always the ECHL at the better end of the spectrum for teams, skill-wise. They had more affiliates per team as well. And the Central Hockey League started adding more teams on just to kind of fill it out so it wasn't dropping too much. One of those teams is the Brampton Beast, which is the ECHL's only Canadian team, which is insane. One of the other teams was the Victoria Salmon Kings, but they had to leave so that the WHL, the Junior Hockey League team, could make way because for some reason I guess it's a little bit more profitable than minor league pro hockey, but that's junior hockey for you out in Canada. They're weird. They drink milk out of bags. Who does that? Yeah, the Brampton Beasts were the team that I actually used to cheer for, or at least keep up with, and watch their games online when they were in the Central Hockey League. I actually saw them play in Reading last year. Yeah, it was last year, I think. It's really cool. Alright, so the league begins in October and ends in April, where the teams compete for the Kelly Cup, named after the original commissioner, Pat Kelly. Cool thing is, funny little out there, if you go to YouTube and you type in Johnstown Chiefs and then Kelly at the end of it, you'll find a player from the Johnstown Chiefs which take their name from the Charlestown Chiefs, where the movie Slapshot was filmed at. And you have one of the players getting kicked out. As he's getting kicked out, he picks up a puck and throws it right at Mr. Kelly, just because he was a little angry. So yeah, Patrick Kelly is who the championship cup is named after. There are 3 teams who hold the record for the most championships. They are the Alaska Aces, the original Hampton Roads Admirals, now known as the Norfolk Admirals. I'll get into that as well. And the South Carolina Stingrays. But in the past 2 years since the acquisition of the CHL teams, the Allen Americans have won 2 consecutive titles. Some would have thought when they first won, they had a little bit easier road because they were going through the Central teams because they weren't split yet. But then they destroyed those arguments by just decimating teams in last year's playoffs. It's quite the show. Out of the 30 NHL teams, only 4 of those teams do not have some form of affiliation with the ECHL. You have Columbus, Florida, New Jersey, and St. Louis. St. Louis and Columbus, I think, were sharing what was the Evansville Icemen up until they're moving to Owensboro, which they were supposed to open up this year, and then some renovation things happened so that they couldn't open up. If you guys don't know, the ECHL is what would be considered AA hockey in baseball. You have the American Hockey League, which has the Hershey Bears, San Jose Barracuda, Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and so on. Those guys are up there, and then you have the ECHL, which is a step underneath, but a lot of the guys are moving up and down. It's very good. The teams don't stay the same, which kind of sucks a little bit for being a fan, but it's great as a fan to see that the guys that you watched move on. In 2015, the ECHL gave up its team rights to the 3 California teams, the Bakersfield Condors, the Ontario Reign, and the Stockton Thunder. They gave them up to the American Hockey League to create the the Pacific Division in the American Hockey League. The ECHL teams would move from the players itself, not the franchises. They would move their ECHL rights to the existing old American Hockey League markets, Norfolk, Manchester, and Adirondack. Norfolk is the Condors affiliate, Manchester is the Reign, and Adirondack is the Stockton Thunders. It's funny, the Manchester team used to be, they're Monarchs. They used to be the American Hockey League affiliates for the Reading Royals when the Kings and Bruins actually use them as their affiliate. So it's funny seeing those two face off again. Since the league's formation in 1988, 599 players have been sent to the NHL. 30 of those players have made their NHL debut last season alone. That's only players. There's the officials and coaches still do as same with anybody else that would be in a training position for this league. This is a purely developmental league, and everybody develops, and everyone it seems is moving on to somewhere great. One of the most notable players has to be Garrett Sparks of the Orlando Solar Bears. He played for the Toronto Maple Leafs last season. He joins a very, very elite club of goaltenders who recorded a shutout in his first NHL debut. It is the first in Maple Leafs history to have ever done so, which is insane with how long the Maple Leafs have been around. Well, guys, I hope you guys find this video a little helpful with info on what is my favorite league. I hope some of you find out about the team that is in your area and can catch some great hockey for a fraction of the price of a NHL ticket. So, with that, I'm going to leave some links down below down below so that you guys can hopefully go check stuff out for yourself and have some fun. Hope you guys enjoy NHL 17 as much as I am. I'll catch you guys later.